How many of you love going on road trips? And how many of you have had to use multiple platforms to discover, plan, and book your road trips? See guys, that's the challenge. Current OTAs in the market are very good when it comes to highlighting points of interest within a destination, but fall incredibly short when it comes to helping you find accommodation, restaurants, and experiences from the point of departure, along the route, and in the destination. And that's where we as Hit the Road come in. My team and I are actually building a platform that makes it easier for the domestic leisure traveler to discover, plan, and book the domestic road trips across South Africa. And how we do this is quite simple. We enable you to discover, plan, and book accommodations, restaurants, and experiences across South Africa from your point of departure, along the route, and in the destination as well. Let's give you a bit of an overview of the South African market. In 2022, there were over 9 million domestic leisure-oriented trips. And of those 9 million, 4.7 million of them were guys or domestic leisure travelers who use their own vehicle or rented vehicle to embark on those sorts of trips. And these guys actually contributed in terms of annual spend 1.3 billion to the South African tourism market. And that's what gives trips. Our aim is to capture the majority of this market by adding value to them through partnering up with brands who currently add value to them from an apparel perspective, membership clubs in which they belong to, activating where they work and play, and then more importantly, incentivizing them to actually go through our platform. And we earn revenue in very simple ways. Every single accommodation and experience, we generate a commission of around 20%. And that puts us in a great position because we accept the payment and then pay the suppliers and keep the net margin. So where are we? At this current stage, we've managed to achieve three key things. From a platform perspective, we've managed to build a customer-facing MVP. We've also managed to build a supplier-facing MVP that enables our accommodations, restaurants, and experiences across South Africa to onboard and manage the inventory. We've built one of the largest private supplier bases of over 9,500 accommodations, 4,500 restaurants, and over 1,000 experiences across South Africa. And when we launch, we'll be launching to a customer base of over 20,000 users to actually meet our target market initially in January. Now, we also understand that open relation is not only unique to South Africa. We've all been on, for most of us who are actually based in Kenya, I've also been on a road trip from Nairobi to Mombasa. We still face the same problem. When I'm in the EU, we still face the same problem, and also in the US. So our aim is also to launch in South Africa and expand globally. And at the stage, we're also looking for partners who have the same ambitions as we do. And the key reasons as to why we can is for two things. One, we're looking for strategic partners whose customer base will find value in the products that we have. And we're also looking for pre-seed investors. Fortunately, we've also got some commitment from the ITSA area there of a check of around 600,000. So how this will be split is we'll need 100,000 units to accelerate our onboarding, which we're currently doing. And thereafter, as soon as our onboarding targets are reached, we then utilize the remaining amount to accelerate our commercialization. Now, as a team, it's not our first rodeo when it comes to the tourism sector. We played a role in 2015, in terms of building one of the leading providers of unique urban cultural and community tourism experiences in South Africa. It's a business and a platform called Tour 2.0, which grew nationwide and actually became profitable before COVID. And we're actually about to expand to 7 countries on the continent before COVID. This is in essence an iteration from very key learnings that the team and I have learned in terms of one, targeting domestic travels, because those are the most sustainable, and more importantly, expanding the product offerings that we offer. So just not only limiting it to experiences. So if you find value and want to play in the markets that we offer, why don't you hit the road with us and find me in that office. So, yeah, let's get about the code. Any questions?
Questions, please? Let's clap for him first. Awesome. First question. There you go.
Well, yeah, so yes, obviously this is an interesting space given that as Africa moves into middle class, people are now looking for experiences, they want to spend on experiences and stuff. And if you look at it, it's a fairly interesting space. People still like to drive their own cars as well, How are you going to balance that, between air travel, people driving their own cars, people go to buses? Do you see different offerings to these different segments? Or is it just purely going to be those who just drive their own cars?
So, at this current stage, we see it as a play for guys who actually driving their own car, going parking, or utilizing the rented vehicles. Because if you look at the South African market, the guys who are operators, so i.e. what they do, they'll send out itineraries and pre-plan their road trip. And say, guys, we're using this van, and this is the road trip that we're going to embark on in 7 days. I think that space is quite well competed. And I don't think there's a lot of scale in it. Because we learned that with the other businesses as well. Because at the time when we did try that. This road trip market allows us to achieve the scale and more importantly also reach a broader amount of markets. So if you're going to be, as you talked about, maybe some of you just want to go on an interesting days outside of the city and find restaurants around the city. You don't necessarily need to just get experience or stay. So this approach allows us to access the broader market.
Any other questions? Over there?
Thanks, Daniel. Sorry, just trying to understand how you're accessing, basically which channels are you using when you're interacting with your potential customers, and basically how you're trying to get these customers on board.
Very nice. So when we launch, the best thing we found to do is we need to launch with other brands, or rather partner with other brands who are adding value to these customers. Because we find that, let's just say I'll use Chico as an example. He enjoys going on adventures. But he also enjoys purchasing t-shirts and K-Book, which is an adventure brand. You may also go to Land Rover to purchase one of these, some camping equipment or specific things. And these are brands that I guess is adding value to him adjacently, whom we can collaborate with in order to cross-incentivize and then grow and basically grow our value. So we've been doing this already. I mean, quite frankly, right now we've already gotten steady relationships with the Land Rover owners who are Southern Africa who give us a place that side. One of the, talked about Suzuki Auto, various, and I think we're going to start getting to Mercedes ones as well. So that's how we do it, because it gives us two things. Aside from customer access to customer base, it's also credibility. Because when we're speaking to this customer through a brand, they already trust. We already get, as a brand, we also get that credibility. So initially, that's one of the key approaches we're going to use when launching in channels.
Yes. Any other? Okay, there you go.
So when are you launching and when can we hit the road?
Long story short, is because right now we're focusing on onboarding the vast amount of suppliers. So we'll be in market by January 2025. So just also approach, please, any of you are coming to South Africa from January onwards, we've got a promo code that we're going to give you, so at least you'll be able to access a decent discount when you're on the ground and want to embark on a road trip. So I'll be in this office right there.
Right. Asante sana.